how are you doing today? And maybe you can tell us a little bit about where you are as well.
Okay, I'm actually doing fine. I'm doing very well. I'm also in my home right now. I'm working from home. We couldn't work from the office because of the pandemic. So we had to stay at home and work. And it's been really, really, really engaging and not to say stressful anyways, but the moment where you have to deliver more than you can do at the office, you don't have to go through the stress of jumping on a bus or anything, and then you're just at home, you can work with the time and you can ensure that you get things done and more productive. So that is how it has been. It's been awesome. It's been challenging and it's been really, really productive. I've had the time to come up with new ideas, think about engaging things to do while at work or personally. And, you have time to work and then to do your normal office routine. And then you have time to work on your personal goal. It's really, really awesome. It's been awesome.
That's fantastic. We've definitely heard a theme of people that have been really enjoying this time. You mentioned not having to worry about commuting, which is
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
You get to get some more things done. How have relationships with your customers changed? Have they strengthened? How are you connecting with them today?
Yes. So the relationship with customers have really, really improved. The pressure is no more the pressure of commuting to work. So you have more time. Sometimes, okay, I'm supposed to work from 9 to 5. I ended up working from 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, just resolving issues because I'm more relaxed, because I can do things, because I am more composed and I can think ahead, okay, what is it that I can do to help my customers? So if they reach out around 6 p.m., what can you actually possibly do since you're not commuting? Fine, it's not part of my work hours, but I can actually put in my best to ensure that I get this issue resolved before the next day. I'm more productive. Like, you're just relaxed and you just finally realize that this pandemic has really, really strengthened customer success team. Nobody gets to say that I am actually stressed. Fine, you can be stressed, it is normal, but nobody gets to say that I am too stressed that I can't get this done, or I don't have this particular equipment to get this done, because we make sure that all team members have normal phone, they have data, they have everything needed to engage customers. So it has been really good, and the feedbacks have been really, really effective. It has been really, really awesome. You get feedbacks like, oh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are doing amazing job. I like the feedback part. Sincerely, it's been really, really good. And I'm so excited.
That's really cool. I can see, I'm just absolutely feeding off your positivity. I think it's so amazing. You seem like you are a very grateful, positive person. And I think that's really needed, especially, today, of course, but also in the field that we're in.
Yeah, very needed, especially in this part of the world. African customers, you have to engage them differently. So if they send you a response in the next 5 minutes, they expect your feedback. If they're sending an email, they expect feedback. If you're calling, they expect instant feedback. If you're unable to do that, you give them a time frame, okay, 24 hours or before the close of business, I'm going to get back to you. If you can't get it resolved, just reach out to them. Hi, Ma, I'm so sorry I can't resolve this today, but I'm working on it. So with that way, they are engaged. They know that you have them at heart. They know that, okay, this person is actually working. This person is doing something significant for me, and I really appreciate that. So that is, yeah.
Yes, I understand that world. It's, or I have had roles in the past where that response time has been incredibly important, where even if you aren't able to provide an answer, it's important to at least tell them that you saw their email, that you are figuring it out, and what they should expect as far as a resolution time frame goes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's great that you know that that's an expectation, and that obviously changes how you interact with them. Can you tell us a little bit about where you are in the world?
In Nigeria. Yes, I'm in Nigeria, and Nigeria is fantastic, and we are actually like the most populous city in Africa. We we are called the giants of Africa. Of course, we had the giants of Africa, and Nigeria is amazing. You should come to Nigeria.
I would love to.
Really?
Absolutely. I have traveled to Namibia in the past.
Oh,
So I've
great.
been on that beautiful continent. I've, of course, been to Morocco, like many others, but I have not spent time in Nigeria specifically, and many other areas of Africa that I would love to spend time with.
Nigeria is a beautiful country.
Mm.
Nigeria is a beautiful country. You should visit us soon.
Oh, so I absolutely
Don't
will
worry.
someday.
I'll personally volunteer to take you around when you come to Nigeria.
Perfect, perfect. I love it. Well, let's talk about just briefly how we met, because I think I have some questions, and I'm sure people listening would be really interested to know about some specific
Okay.
thing or ways that you use LinkedIn. So we met on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and I think that maybe one of us introduced ourselves to the other. Maybe I saw you trending in some of the customer success hashtag
Mm-hmm.
conversations. But do you network a lot on LinkedIn? Are you meeting a lot of
Yeah.
different? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so LinkedIn is like a place where you go when you are ready to network. It's professionals in your field. Recently, I just discovered, okay, I hardly knew any CS officers in South Africa, and I went to my LinkedIn page. How come I don't have these people on my LinkedIn network? So I searched and I started sending requests to them. And when they accepted, I was so excited. Oh my God. So I had to reach out to them. My name is Grace. This is what I do and all that. And I'm so excited to meet with you. And the responses I got were amazing. It was great. Some of them actually went to check my profile. Okay, this. And then we started talking. We got talking. Okay, what do you do? How do you do this? This is what I do in Nigeria. I understand that it can be a different thing from what you do in South Africa. Is that something I can learn from? So LinkedIn is a place where you learn, where you network. I've met amazing people in LinkedIn, and I have learned a lot from people on LinkedIn. It's really, really amazing. I think it's the best place you can go to network with professionals. Trust me.
That's so cool. And
That
how,
was how I met you,
yeah,
remember?
it is. And then I saw that you had posted something on LinkedIn that really resonated with me. It was something to the effect of, when you get really emotionally invested with your customers, or when you feel like when you are emotionally invested and you feel like you're not connecting with them, maybe some of our customers are
Yeah,
not as kind and generous with us as we would like for them to
exactly.
be, or would really hope for
Mm-hmm.
them to be. And you talked about how to navigate around, I think you called them like maybe alpha or lion.
Alpha customers,
Alpha customer.
alpha
Okay.
customers.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
So you seem to share very openly on LinkedIn.
yeah, yeah,
And I think
yeah.
that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Grace. I'm so excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you, how are you, uh, or as a result of the post and maybe some of the feedback that you got, how are you finding it's important to sort of deal and engage with customers that are maybe slightly overbearing, maybe sometimes a little bit cruel in how they communicate with us? What are some of your tactics to manage through those relationships or experiences?
Okay. So I'm going to start like this. When I first started my career, it was sometimes I would go home crying. I hated it. I didn't like the fact that I have to be so emotional. And when a customer calls and shouts at you, you become so emotional. Then I started thinking, okay, fine. If a customer is actually calling you and getting so emotional, getting so irritated and angry, two things are involved. It is either the first thing is they want their issues solved immediately and they don't want to listen. They just want it to get solved. Or they've reached out to you in the past, like few weeks, and you failed to resolve their complaint. You know, customers don't have the patience to keep reaching out to you. So I discovered that, okay, if I could actually solve these two parts, then I can actually get better emotionally and then resolve my customer's complaint. So we came up with a knowledge based. So as soon as a customer calls you, you discover that this customer is irate. okay, fine, this is what you do. Calm down. Let them say everything they want to say. Let them pop out their mind and understand every bit of what they are saying. Then you start from the basics. You pacify them. Let them understand that you understand how they feel. You've been in their shoe. You can understand perfectly, and you're going to do everything it takes to resolve it. So if you don't have immediate answer, you can tell them they should give you before close of business or 24 hours. And before that time, even if you're not going to get it done, reach out to them. Some of them actually end up to become very reasonable and so friendly later on. And then you just discover that, oh, wow, if I had approached this in a different way, it would have turned out awesome. It would have turned out great. Okay, so like few days ago, we had an issue with a customer. Definitely, there's always an issue with the customers. Reached out and he was just really, really irate. And I think the CS officer that actually responded to him initially couldn't really give an instant response, instant resolution to his complaint. And then when I picked it up, the same thing the customer service, the CS officer responded was the same thing I said to him. However, I approached it differently. And he was like, oh, wow, so there's actually somebody that can reason with me like this. I told him, okay, I'm so sorry about this to you and give you feedback. And then before the time came, I reached out to him. I told him, okay, I'm so sorry, sir, we're unable to resolve this, but I'm going to reach out to you. Trust me. And he said, okay, it's fine. And then eventually I reached out to him, and then the whole thing was resolved. They just want you to know that they just want to feel like you know how they feel. They want you to put yourself in their shoe at that particular time, and then they want you to feel how aggressive, how immediate their needs are at the time.
It's such an important statement. And
Yeah.
I feel like, the way you so crisply put it, it is very simple. Sometimes we get lost and make it complex, but it is, as simple as letting them understand that we understand, that we're not taking it lightly, and then taking a quick action as much as possible as far as how we want to right the ship, and keeping them involved or informed on how our progress is going. It really is simple, right?
Yes, very simple, very simple.
So can you tell us a little bit about your role and a little bit about Crowdvest? How are you, what are you responsible for on a daily basis? What is an average day like for you, or a normal day? Maybe there are no normal days. And what does the company do?
Okay. So CrowdVest is an online company. It allows you to sponsor impact-driven projects. We actually we don't use the word invest, but it's more like an investment company so that you can understand. But we fund impact-driven projects. And when we say fund, we have projects listed on our website. You just go there, or we have any sponsorship opportunity. All you have to do is just go to our website, indicate the amount you want to sponsor. We have as low as 20,000 naira in naira, and that's like $52. You can sponsor with as low as $52, and then you will get returns from about 5% to 20% from 4 months to 12 months. So, if you have $52 now, and you're sponsoring a project, you're funding a project for about 12 months, you're going to get 20% extra on your $52, which means you're making more money in 12 months. And then you're not just making more money, you're doing it in such a way that you're improving other people's life, because our intervention has served as a basis of improving the lives of rural farmers. With our interventions, we partner with other companies, agricultural companies, and these agricultural companies empower rural farmers. With this, we've increased their standard of living, those rural farmers. And also we partner with a transportation company in Nigeria also. With this, we've been able to create jobs for local drivers and vehicle assistants, and we've been able to improve the economy of Nigeria. And also we have real estate. We've also worked in the aspect of real estate, where we provide affordable homes for Nigerians. So you're not just making more money. As you're making more money, you're making impact. So your funds are used in making impact, and at the end of the day, you get more money. So that is how it works. Everything is done online. You just have to log on to www.crowdyvest.com. You have your unique account. As soon as you sign up, you have access to your unique wallet. with your wallet, you can make payments, you can receive payments. It's available any part of the world. If you're in US, if you're in Canada, if you're anywhere you are, you can just do it on your phone with just a tap. You're done sponsoring, and with that, you've empowered a rural farmer. With that, you've empowered a local driver. You've created job for your vehicle assistance. You've done a whole lot of things with your money, just
I'm
sitting in your house.
sold.
And at the end of the, and
I love it.
Great, thank you. And at the end of your sponsorship cycle, all you have to do is just log on to your account again, then withdraw your funds. It's so simple. It's stressless. You don't have to panic, and we've maintained 100% repayment rate. Our repayment rate is 100%. We have teams on ground and all that. And then working as a customer success officer in CrowdVest, I would say sometimes it can be so challenging. And it's not easy. If I should say that it is easy, that I'm actually really not saying the truth. It's sometimes not easy. You know, that moment where you have to stand up from your desk and then you'll be like, oh, wow, I actually made it today. So that sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes you just feel so down because a lot of inquiries are coming in. There are sponsors that want to know what we do. There are sponsors that reach out to you like 5 times in a day, just because they want to ask you over and over again. You know, it's money, and people want to ensure that they are safe, they are in safe hands. So you have to give everything it takes to ensure them that, no, this is actually safe. You don't have issues. You provide them with all necessary information. Sometimes you go as calling them.
Wow. We
have live chats, we have phone calls, we have emails, we have a whole lot of things. Communication, you have to ensure that your sponsor they are at good level, they understand, because you know it's an online platform. Not everybody knows how to fully explore online platforms. So by trying to do this, you're telling them to do something else, they're eventually doing something else. So you have to take time to walk them through the process. It's a whole lot of work. I must say, it's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes Saturdays I just sleep. Oh God, I'm not doing anything today. I just want to sleep today. No, nothing else.
I was going to ask you, you know, when you've had those really intense days, and I think right now your time, it's maybe closer to 4 p.m. Is it? You're getting to the end?
Still around 2-3.
Oh, okay. So you're getting towards the end of your Friday, about to go into a weekend. How do you, you know, when you've had those difficult days, what do you do to sort of get your energy back and get ready for the next day?
So sometimes I watch movies. I love watching movies. Sometimes I just have like, no, I'm so done for today. I'm not doing anything again. Let me just watch movies. At least I know if I do that, I'm able to calm my head, or I listen to music, or I play with my friends, hang out, just do any random things just to take the stress off my head. So with that, I'm able to calm. I'm always calm. I'm able to recuperate and think of the next thing that I want to do. Because, you know, sometimes it is not just about work. You have to design your personal goals. As you're working as a CS officer, sometimes you have to be determined to break chains. You have to be determined to break boundaries, things that you're not exposed to as a CS officer, and you don't really come across it on your day-to-day routine. You have to dig into it. So with this, I ensure that, okay, let me just do this first. When I watch movies, and my head is a bit calm, okay, I can now think of the next thing to do. If what is my personal goals? You definitely have things you want to achieve in the next 2 or 3 months. Okay, personally, okay, I think let me just do a bit of this. With that, I'm also calm, because I know I'm not just going through stress at work. I am also going through personal development. And with this, I can also I can inculcate a bit of fun, growth, development, and then hanging out with friends. I also maintain relationships. It's really important. At least with that, if I'm stressed, I can reach out via phone call. Okay, I'm so stressed. Let's just talk about something off work today. And then I get connected with that.
Smart.
So that is what I do.
Yeah, very smart. Do you guys segment your customers in any way? Do you have groupings or tiers, maybe based on where they are in the world, or based on the amount of money that they're investing? or spending on the platform? Any segments? And if so, how do you interact with them? Not differently, but what are the metrics, success metrics are associated with the different segments?
Okay. Actually, there sometimes you have people that have more money they want to put into the system. The way you relate with those set of people, they are different because they are called premium sponsors. We have a health book for our customers. So people that are a different for CS team right now, not the company generally. The company will just deal with you. There's no preference. There's no fair treatment. If you have $52, you're the same person. You're going to be treated, or you're going to pass through the same process as somebody with $1,000, or somebody with $50,000, or somebody with $100,000. You're just going to pass through the same system. But as a CS team, we understand that sometimes customers wanted to be treated differently. They want to be treated differently. They don't want you to feel like they don't want to feel like you're treating them the same way everybody is being treated. So we have a particular team that deals with that. Not really more than 2 people for now, because we are still expanding the team. We reach out to them. We make them feel like they are the best so far. We tell them how much we love them. Reach out to them, send them emails. Sometimes we call them. We personalize their emails. We ensure that they are involved in the process. If we have a product coming, we have a product we're about to launch, we reach out to them to test the product first. With this, you're able to gain their loyalty. With this, they know that you're putting them first before every other. And that is what CS team effort has really been centered around. We just need, because if you're going to get more money from these people, you need to make them feel special. If you're going to make them commit more to you, if you want them to refer you to people in their affiliate, you want them to feel like, okay, you value them, and which is, of course, we do value them, and you don't want to mix them with other sponsors, other clients, or other customers, because when you do that, you don't focus your efforts in one place. When you don't focus your efforts in one place, you start doing a whole lot of things together, and then result is not guaranteed that way. But when you know that you're channeling your efforts to premium sponsors, you know that these people, you are in charge of them. You're in charge of everything that concerns them. Even if they are not in good standing, you reach out to them immediately and say, oh, hello, Mr. Solomon, how are you doing today? I discovered that you didn't participate in our last sponsorship. May I please know what happened? Is there something you want us to do differently? Do you feel like we've not been providing the best services to you? Oh, no, it's not like that. I just feel like I should take a break. Oh, really? Do you mean you don't want to make more money? Oh, of course I want to make more money. So you want to make more money. So why don't you take opportunity? Okay, we have another project coming on. This is the rate. It goes at 22%. You were used to 20%, but now this one is 22%. This is going to definitely give you more money. So they feel special that way, like, oh, really? This is awesome. Thank you so much. I am going to make sure I plan for this. I'm going to make sure that I save up for this, and I'm going to make sure that I invest. And then after the process, you check their sponsorship, you check their dashboard, you discover that they actually invested. So with that, you're able to build sometimes they even bring their wife, they bring their husband, they bring their children. They tell you that, no, these people, I trust them. Their customer service is top notch. Their customer team is top notch. And the way they react, the way they make you feel at home, like you own the product. You make them own it. You make them know that it is because of your feedback. That is why we have been able to do this. Let them own the process, yes. So when you do it, when you do that to them, and when you make them see what they stand to gain. So when you do that, no, they are not going anywhere. They are yours.
So I love it. It definitely resonates with me, the involving customers in the process, and making them feel like and understand that they are a part of creating something. You're co-developing this platform together. It's better because of their involvement. We at my previous company would actually name some of our new features after our customers. So we would say like, this is the Cassie feature, or this is the John feature. And
wow, That is really great.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Um,
Yeah.
so it sounds like, hearing you talk about your day and your interactions with customers, it sounds like that is a mix of sort of reactive, dealing with maybe support inquiries and things that they need answered really quickly. And then a portion of it is proactive,
Yeah.
messaging them, reaching out to them,
Mm-hmm.
asking them key questions about why they did or maybe did not make an investment.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you have some really great points around maybe getting them back on the platform to create more opportunities for them to see value. What percentage, or maybe what percentage of your day is spent in the sort of reactive versus proactive, or what percentage is spent dealing with customers that are coming into you with questions versus you reaching out to customers to get them increasing adoption?
Okay, so we can't actually rate the percentage. So what we've succeeded in doing is that we have a few teams at the support, like they are frontline officers. So when inquiries are coming in, they pick phone calls, they reach out via chat. If you're chatting us live, there are some people that are dedicated to responding to chat. And then we have some back-end officers that work on health check, that reach out to premium sponsors. So with that, however, averagely in a day, let's say we have out of 100% of a total work in CS, about let's say about 60% is for inquiries, because we have a whole lot of inquiries. People just want to get to know what the company is doing, how secured. Sometimes you hear questions like, how secured is my money? Who are your regulators and all that? So we have for 60% of the time we get those inquiries. And also 20% of the time we have escalations. We have teams dealing with escalations. Sometimes the frontline officers might not be able to deal with escalations. So you just, all you have to do is, as a frontline officer, is you direct it to your the team in charge of escalations. They take it up, they escalate to the department. That the inquiry is supposed to go to a product department or any other department or a tech department. You ensure that you do that, you escalate, you get feedback. If you cannot get feedback immediately, you communicate to the frontline officers to reach out to the customers, tell them the next expected time. And so that's 20%. Then another 20% for checking health, customers' health, and then sometimes premium sponsors and all that. Then we have the remaining 10%. 10% sometimes can be explored in ensuring referral, because definitely you don't want to spend all your days responding to inquiries and complaints, solving complaints, and you're not getting referrals. Probably out of those people that you're able to solve their complaints, just reach out to them. May I please know if you are able to solve your complaints totally? Oh, yes, of course you're able to do this. Oh, great. We are so excited that you're in comfort with us. We are so excited that you're happy with us. Would you like to give us the referral? Of course I can. Oh, please send us your testimonial so that we can use it on our page. Or can you please post this on your social media? Of course I can do that. Please post this and tag us, or post this and use an hashtag. With that, the customer is serving as your marketing tool, because by the time he posts it on his social network, his clique of friends sees it, and then, hi, Mr. Solomon, how are you able to do this? Oh, I was able to increase my funds because of Crowdvest. I did this and that, and then they refer. That becomes an inquiry again, like onboarding. You're onboarding another person because of a referral. So you don't want your days to go into resolving complaints, getting inquiries. You also want to ensure that you make it more productive and you convert it into a reasonable bit by at least allocating 10% of your day for referral.
Yeah, it sounds like referrals are a really important part of your business, and you spend a lot of time on it.
They are very, 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 very important part of the business.
Smart.
Very, very important.
Are you tracking, so at the end of the month or the end of the quarter or the year, what are the metrics that you are tracking on? What are you responsible for reporting to the team? Is it the number of referrals generated, or is it the number of investments that have been made with the groups of customers that you're working with? What what are you mostly responsible
Okay.
for?
Okay. So we use metrics like the number of inquiries received,
Okay.
the number of complaints,
Mm-hmm.
and how fast you are able to solve a customer's complaint, and the feedbacks we get from those customers, because they are very, very important. They strengthen us. And also we use referral.
Mm-hmm.
Number of people that we are able to convert. Also, we use the conversion rate, like people that come back, like the how we are able to get our recurring revenue, the number of people that comes back after we onboarded. Let's say we onboarded 60 customers in June, and in July, about 50%, about 50 of them, they are back. They sponsor the current project opportunity. We know that 10% of those customers from June, 10 of them didn't sponsor. So we have about 90% conversion. We have 10% lapses. Then we know how to reach out to those 10%. So we have, with this now, we have daily inquiries or percentage inquiries, complaints, how you're able to resolve the complaints, the number of referrals, the investments, also those that are prone to churn, because we use health check. Because sometimes your customers might be doing very good, and then let's say somebody has been doing let's say $1,000 every month, and then suddenly he stopped doing for a while, and then when he's back, he started doing like $200 or $100. You know that the margin is too much. And then you should understand that, okay, you might find it is understandable the sponsor might be going through personal issues or personal finances issue, but then you can just reach out with this metrics. You're able to, okay, I have this so and so in this particular level, and this is unlike him, or this is unlike her. Is there something we can do as a team? Is there anything we can do? And also we use corporate metrics too, because sometimes we have corporate bodies that want to come in as a sponsor, and we onboarded them, and then we need to do is, okay, how are we able to solve their leads? What were their expectations? Were we able to meet their expectations as a team? It's more difficult to relate with those kind of people, because they are in segments. They are different people in a group. So you have to understand. Sometimes you have to set up a meeting with them, understand how you have been able to solve their problem, how you've been able to resolve their issues, or provide contribute to their goals and all that. So those are the metrics we use. Corporate, individual metrics include the one I earlier mentioned, the referrals and all that.
Yeah, I understand. And there's a lot of metrics in there. You guys seem very data focused, data oriented, and really being, creating actions from the data that you are.
Yes. We need to, because the Africa customer, they are kind of different. Sometimes you don't know your customers are prone to churn. They just withdraw all of a sudden, and then because the market is broad, so you don't want to give opportunity for lapses or leave any stone unturned. So you just have to ensure that you don't have to do everything in a day. You don't have to do everything in a week. You just have to assign, okay, see this team, this is what you're going to do this week. And also what we do is, if you receive an inquiry, you document it. With that, it is very easy. So at the end of the week, you do your summary report. When we have summary reports, you do it every day first. When you have summary reports every day, and then you go ahead to do your summary reports every week. So with that, you are able to collate across the team for every month. So as we're doing for every month, it's so easy, because you don't have to start typing, you don't have to start thinking of what you could have done, because you're already documenting it every week, every day. So we just pull everything together and then pick out the average and see, okay, what is the number of inquiries we received this week or this month? If it's dropped, you know that we have a whole lot of marketing efforts to push in. So we just send a recommendation to the marketing team. Okay, we received this in inquiries, the percentage inquiries received this month is a bit lower. Is there something you can do to push out marketing efforts? If we need PR, push out PR. So we send that recommendation to the marketing team, and it's effective. They know what to do with that. If it is referral, okay, we discuss with the product team. Is there something we can do with referral to make sure that people come on board? We are unable to get to convert new leads this month. The conversion rate is very low. Is there something we can do? Oh, of course, there's something we can do. Then we think as a team and implement new policies, bring out new products that can bring in other people. Then corporate metrics for the corporate sponsors. Okay, we have about, let's say, 5 corporate people signed up, corporate sponsors signed up this month. Is there something we can do to attract them? Do you think we should reach out, or we should double our marketing efforts? Or do you think it's something that we can bring in an offline marketing system into the organization? So these metrics are a whole lot of work. Though I understand that they are a whole lot of work, sometimes it is not easy. Sometimes I won't like, but the fact that we have to do it every day, and then if you're receiving an inquiry, you're receiving a phone call and the sponsor is calling you from UK, immediately you document it. Okay, I just received a call from Mr. Richard. Where are you calling from, sir? I'm calling from UK. Put it in. It doesn't have to be an expense. You don't need to use an expensive software. Sometimes we go as far as using a Google Sheet. A Google Sheet. So you just, okay, where are you calling from, Mr. Richard? Oh, I'm calling from UK. Okay, you know this is an international sponsor.
Yeah, I think the themes that I'm hearing that are really powerful is that first, you are very metrics focused, and you're capturing those metrics on a daily, weekly, monthly plus basis, and you're reviewing them very often. With that review, you don't necessarily try to solve your own problems. You present to other teams and say, marketing, here's how we think you can help us. Product, here's how we think you can help us. And by us, I mean the customer. And I think that's very powerful. In many cases, customer-facing teams sometimes try to solve all of their own problems themselves, when it's really important for us to look outside and really ask for help. Switching gears just for a moment, I noticed that you went through a certification process at some point. And for a lot of people here specifically, they're wondering, how important is a certification process when it comes to client services, client success, customer success? Can I sort of learn what I need to learn on the job? Is it really important to go through a certification process? Can you talk a little bit about the process you went through, and if you found it helpful and valuable and would recommend it to others?
Yeah. Okay. So prior to this time, I was just learning on the job, and then I wasn't really doing things differently. And then I felt like, okay, there is something I can do. There should be more to what I'm doing. Let me start exploring. So I came about a few certifications, and then it was from there I discovered that I can actually group my customers into segments. I can use health checks to monitor their status in the company and see that, okay, this person is in good standing, this person is not in a good standing, and I can provide recommendations. And also the certification course, it was from there that I understand the power in EBR, that's Executive Business Review. I understand that there is a whole lot when your customers feel like they have a voice of their own, when they understand that, you know, you're thinking about them, you're bringing out policies that relate to them. And from there also, I understand that you shouldn't take churn too seriously. Sometimes when the customer is backing off, I take it so serious, I'm so emotional about it, I feel so terrible, I feel so bad. There are some churn that are inevitable. I learned that from the certification courses. However, even when churn are inevitable, you should ensure that you put in everything to make sure that your customer stays. And from there, I learned about annual recurring revenue and how you can generate leads, the different stages of customers' journey. You know, sometimes we just take things as they come in CS. We don't really know what next to do. And CS is a very challenging role, because you get to see new issues every day. You get to see new opportunities every day. You see things that are alike but different. So it challenges your brain, it challenges your efforts, and sometimes as it challenges you, it also challenges your personality, your like the way you think. You're going to different the way you think, and obviously you have to ensure that you network, or you take certification courses, you engage in knowledge search to stay in line, because things changes over time. CS few years ago is not the same CS we have now. It is not going to be the same CS we have in a couple of years to come. Definitely things will change. You understand that 5 years ago CS was different. And now it's we have a whole lot of movement in CS community. We have a whole lot of group coming up, and in the next 10 years, it's going to be a different story. You just have to keep moving. You just have to keep evolving. It goes beyond emails. It goes beyond phone calls. It goes beyond customer support. It goes beyond resolving complaints. It's a whole lot. It's just a whole lot. You can't finish it. You can't just see it's a whole lot of things, and you just need certification. You need to keep building your knowledge. You need to keep growing your skills in every area, because new things will keep coming in. New things will keep coming in.
Very smart. It sounds like that's a good piece of advice for those who are looking at customer success right now and deciding, what advice would you give in addition to making sure that you're always learning? If someone is thinking about going into customer success, what advice would you give them?
Okay, so going into customer success, there are two ways. Okay, for somebody like me, I don't think I've mentioned how I started as a CS officer. It was accidental. I didn't know I was going to be even in CS. I really wanted to run off to another department. I was like, oh God, this is so not for me. But then I was linked with a CS group, and I was like the youngest in the team. And I saw the way they pick calls, they resolve issues, emails, and I felt like, no, we should have more than this. Fine, I know I can't run off to another department right now because I have to grow here first. And then I felt like we should have more than this. You have to be passionate. So it is either you stumble on it accidentally, or you are actually motivated to go into CS. If you're motivated to go into CS, you know that this is what you want to do. You're ready to explore everything to get it done. You're ready to explore every available opportunity to grow in that aspect. But if you stumble on it accidentally, you have to sit down and think, is this what I really want to do? Do you really think you want to grow in this line? Because it's a whole lot of work. Sometimes, in this part of the world, Africa, we feel like a whole lot of companies, they feel like CS group, CS team, they're just like the role is just like a stepping stone to other roles. And I say, no, it's not that. If you are in CS, you have to be deliberate. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have your goals. You need to have your timelines. If you have your time, if you're in CS, you understand that timelines are very important. You understand that setting goals are very important. If you know that you're a deliberate person, then CS is for you. But if you know that you're that person that doesn't like developing, then it's better you go to other departments. Because being in CS, you're just going to get your efforts frustrated. You're not going to grow, and you're not going to develop. You're going to have your teammates leave you at the same spot. And at the end, you're just going to be the frustrated person that you're not supposed to be. So you just have to be deliberate. And if you're working on it accidentally, you should just take your time, reflect on the things you want to achieve. In the next few years, do I actually think I can become a VP of customer success? Do you actually think that I can make this much impact for people to request to speak with me, or people to request me to be their CS officer, personal CS officer? What do I actually want to get from it? You don't just be a CS officer. You have to be deliberate about it.
That's such good advice. I think that's great life advice too. Because you're right. Some of us stumbled into it haphazardly. Some of us chose it. Whatever the case, once you're in it, and once you've done exploring, then it's time to make a decision and be very purposeful. Because I think you make such a good point, and that definitely resonates. That definitely resonates with me. Now, you talked a little bit about, when you're mentioning of the importance of being deliberate, about setting goals, about creating plans, about following processes. Do you have customer success plans that you develop alongside your customer, where you discuss the goals that they have for their investments, for maybe your premium customers? Or if not, how do you manage expectations around success metrics?
Okay, there are sometimes that your customers don't have specific goals in mind. And with that, if they reach out to you, you just have to tell them, do you know, if you do this, if you invest this amount in next 1 year, you're going to make this. Also, you're not just doing this for yourself. Do you know, if you invest this amount for your children, you're going to have easy lifestyle for them. And then you don't have to struggle to pay their school fees in the next 1 year. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to make them go through a whole lot of processes. With this, they reason with you, and at the end of a year, they check back and then discover, oh, you've been able to help me achieve this particular goal. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much. You get a whole lot of things like that. Yeah. So and sometimes when your customers have their goals in mind, all you need to do is just ensure that you celebrate their milestones. You tell them, oh, Mr. Richard, you've been able to achieve this in 3 months. This is really awesome. We should celebrate you. Send them an email, celebrate them. It gives them a different ginger. Let me say that. Do you know the word ginger? It gives them a different vibe.
Ginger?
A different vibe. Yes. Like,
oh my gosh, I love
vibe.
it.
That's the slang for vibe in Nigeria.
How do I spell it? Is it spelled like you would think?
Normal ginger.
Okay.
Ginger.
G-E-R, okay.
So it gives them a different vibe. Oh, let me do more. Let me put more. Or I can actually get more in the next 5 years. I can actually get this also amount in the next 3 years and all that. So there's a different kind of vibe that comes with it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, this was so much fun. I just want to mention to to listeners that we just randomly met on LinkedIn. And this is the first time we're speaking, and I reached out to Grace and I asked if I could interview her for Humans of CS, and she just was like, sure, no problem. Send me questions. Let me know how to prepare. And, she doesn't know me from anyone. So I think it's amazing that you seem to be the type of person that is, I don't know, you put it all out there, and you're just willing to meet new people, and you just want to do good for your customers. And I learned so much through this conversation. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.